Thank you very much. And we would really like to do a short wrap-up and would appreciate if you could stay in the room, because this is actually the moment to give kudos to those who were behind this organizing of the conference. But two small agenda items we have still left. First is we would like to ask the young people who prepared in two pre-events, Copyfighter and EuroDIG, to come on stage and present the messages from their preparation work. Bernard, if you would like to start with the program Copyfighters.
Thank you very much. So for those of you who haven't noticed it yet, we have spent the 3 days before this conference with 25 amazing young people who have been working on the topic of copyright, and developed from the start where they thought about what actually the problems are that they experience in their daily lives, towards a strong position on a range of matters, including territoriality. We want the European Union to take the lead in making the copyright legislation compatible to the internet, and we think that this only works if we abolish territoriality. Therefore, we call on the European Union to introduce a single European copyright title. We have spoken about fair use. We think it is deeply necessary that we have harmonized rules for fair use, especially in the European Union, but also in other parts of the world, to enable everyday usage of the internet and youth culture in general. There are further points that we would like to discuss. Some of them are fairly specific. You can find out more on copyfighters.eu, where we are presenting our position paper. And once again, I would like to thank our participants, but also the organizers of EuroDIG for enabling us to be here, and the other stakeholders involved in all of this, that we had the chance to interact with you. And we would like to keep up this discussion and make sure that young people are seriously heard, not only here, but also in other forms of governance, where it is often a problem for young people to first get a foothold, and second of all, then also be taken seriously. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard. And then Daniel Wauk, you were a participant in the EuroDIG. It was actually a follow-up event from the youth events we had in the previous year. We just changed the name a little bit and aligned the program a little bit more to the EuroDIG agenda. So they were discussing all the categories which were also subject to discussion over the last 2 days. And the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. So what the idea behind EuroDIG is what happens if you get young people who are leaders in their own fields into a room, into a basement for 2 days solid. What you get is core messages that are practical, solutions-based, and ambitious. And I think that's what we need young people involved, is the ambition. That we're not afraid to go a little bit further, we're not afraid to step out of the comfort zone, and we're willing to have the very frank discussions and come up with solutions. So from this, we came up with 10 messages. You can find them all on the wiki. There's a section for the EuroDIG, it has the messages there. So rather than read them all out word for word, I can kind of just maybe neatly sum up what we discussed. In terms of media and content, we discussed quite heavily about fake news. We discussed how to tackle fake news, how to educate people around fake news, and the idea of that people should have the right to publish content as long as it's not illegal. We discussed human rights quite in length. We discussed the idea that access to the internet is not universally recognized as a human right, and that should be fixed. We believe that net neutrality shouldn't be driven by economics, and we also believe that content takedown and lack of transparency is quite a big issue for young people around human rights. We also believe that there needs to be a bit more done around connecting offline rights with online rights to show that they're very linked. We also discussed a lot about cybersecurity. We talked a little bit about all stakeholders to collaborate a bit more on the likes of critical internet infrastructure. With emerging technology, that there needs to be a bit more done on security to make sure that our futures are secure as we move into the likes of Internet of Things. Child safety was part of the discussion around more work done between law enforcement, government, and all stakeholders to make sure children aren't exploited online. We discussed then the idea that not just educators and government, but parents, schools, and educators should do more about cyberbullying and bullying online. And finally, we discussed very, very neatly the idea of data security, that we believe as young people that we want our personal data to be secure and protected and not to be in the hands of anyone else. So I just wanted to kind of wrap up by saying I think everyone who took part in the EuroDIG was exceptional. They've inspired me, and I'm sure they've probably inspired most of you because you've seen me quite active in sessions, in organising sessions, in moderating sessions, even putting one together around sustainability. So young people are, again, we're ambitious. We like talking about internet governance. And I'd like to thank EuroDIG and the organisers, especially Tatiana and Katya, for helping us along the way and empowering us. And never forget that the youth voice is probably one of the most important voices in this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm actually only on this panel for the gender balance because we need to avoid that old white-haired men are always underrepresented in these panels, so this is why I'm here. And the only thing that makes sense is, as I have already spoken in the beginning yesterday about the global IGF that is going to come up in Geneva, where you will have much nicer weather than here in this place in the north of Europe, to hand over or ask our dear friend Chengetai from the IGF Secretariat on stage to quickly give you a 50-minute presentation about the IGF in Geneva. Thank you, Chengetai.
First of all, I thought you said 30 minutes, right?
Okay, but not below 25.
Oh, okay, right. No, thank you very much. I'll just be very, very quick. I've got a speech that was written here, so I have to say it. So I'll try to make it as quick as possible. But it was really great. I mean, I really enjoyed it. As usual, the EuroDIGs are very, very good. Okay, on behalf of the United Nations Secretariat of the Internet Governance Forum, I would like to express my sincere gratitude. It's very UN-y. Gratitude for inviting me, and of course to congratulate Sandra Wolf and the rest of the EuroDIG organizing team and the host country for an impressively organized meeting, as always. For years, EuroDIG has served as an effective platform where the European internet community addresses issues of their concern regarding internet governance. This year's forum provides with a very rich and diverse agenda on which the multi-stakeholder community offered many new perspectives. Some of these will make valuable inputs to many of the internet expert communities for further work. But what I find as one of the most valuable achievements of EuroDIG is that over the years, it has managed to establish a firm engagement of the broader community that was clearly visible here in Tallinn for the past 2 days. It was impressive to see how the stakeholders coming from the various countries and organizations with different backgrounds from across Europe debated and challenged many of the contemporary issues. This sense of the community that this multi-stakeholder forum has created is what is encouraging and the long-term promise for creating a better and safer internet for all. Only by enthusiastically working together, by committing to a better understanding of each other's perspectives, by learning from one and from each other's, can we make a change. That is the core IGF objective, and EuroDIG is a very important partner on this path, along with many of the existing national and regional IGFs. In these times, when the nations committed to strive towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, our collaboration has never been more important, as many of the goals directly depend on people being connected to the internet, having good policies, robust ICTs, all in order to achieve social and economic progress for the society. I am very pleased that the EuroDIG community has been discussing some of the currently most important internet governance issues for all the citizens At the same time, I would like to especially thank you for putting huge efforts into the youth present, informed and trained and engaged through dedicated pre-events as young people are and soon will be the new generation of experts and leaders in this field. I'm hoping that many of you will bring your knowledge and expertise to the global IGF, and you are all cordially invited to the 12th annual meeting of the IGF that will be hosted by the government of Switzerland at the premises of the United Nations offices in Geneva from 18th to 21st of December under the overarching theme, Shape Your Digital Future. The preparatory process is underway, and we will be thankful if you would bring some of this wonderful energy that I can feel everywhere at this meeting into the intersessional work of the global IGF. With this, I thank you for all your excellent and important work, and wishing you many more meetings like this to come. And I think I'll see you in Georgia next year, right? Right, thank you very much. And sorry for the long speech.
Okay, and now we are close to be at the end of our 10th EuroDIG, but not without thanking those who really worked hard to make that possible. And first of all, I would like to call on stage Gert Overt and Piret Urp. I hope Piret is in the room. I was trying to find out how many hours they spent. I was talking to your boss last night. They said half a year, one person. I'm not sure if you would agree to that. We believe.
Don't frighten off future host countries. It's not true. It was about 10% of this actually.
Okay, but we believe you might enjoy a good glass of champagne after all this stress.
Thank you very much.
Don't
Thank
open
you.
it now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Spread it all over the place like the Formula One drivers.
Thank you. For us, it has been a real pleasure of hosting you, and it has been an immense pleasure that so many of you showed up actually here. So we were wondering about the numbers from the beginning. Who will come? We are in a distant northeastern corner of Europe with maybe not the most access by airplanes compared to Brussels or any of the European hubs, but all of you came and we're super happy, and thank you once again.
Thank you.
And then I would also call upon the stage our co-host Heiki Siebul and Maria Kirsti. Maria, are you still here? So Heiki, then you can drink it alone. Okay, and there, of course, have been involved a lot of other people from the EuroDIG Secretariat, and I would call upon Claudia and Rainer. Please come to stage. Claudia was actually the one who was running behind the org teams, getting them to deliver their content in time, and Rainer was responsible for all digital matters, wiki, website, and so on. Thank you very much. Then Wolf Ludwig, our well-known foreign minister, I would say no. Well, thank you. And with the new format of the EuroDIG this year, we could only do this with the great help of Katja and Ekaterina. Where are you? There you are. And also very much in the background, but very important for all those who could not physically present, Bernard Zadaka. He was managing all the remote participation issues. Bernard, are you in the room? There you are. Sorry. Bernard is truly an expert when it comes to remote participation. We usually fly him in from Lebanon, but he's actually really a global expert on this. And then I think we also have to thank our technical team, the host organizer team. What was the company? Conference expert. So if you do a conference in Tallinn at one time, I think they are a reliable and good partner. Thomas, Gerd, did we forget anyone?
I would also like to thank the staff of Swiss Hotel for the venue, and also Kultuurikatel for the evening gala venue. Both have been excellent, and especially, I mean, this all would not be possible. EuroDIG and everything we do here with WebEx, YouTube, streaming, all the mics, the sound. So Marco's team from Videal, all the technical equipment has worked amazingly. This was what we were afraid of the most, to see if we can actually pull it up. But this is Estonia, and we did. So thank you.
And I did forget one, our captioning team captioned first. They are invisible, but you see what they write down in each of the sessions, and this transcript as well as the videos will be provided on our wiki, so you can search what has been discussed years after. Thank you very much. Kudos to you for coming so numerous, being here in the morning and late in the evening, and enjoy the rest of the sunny day of Tallinn. I think we were lucky to get the best weather possible for this wonderful city. Bye-bye.
Wait, Sandro. How many of these chocolate packages are for you? Because of course we cannot leave without thanking you, because this is Sandra Hoferichter, and she's the Secretary General of EuroDIG, as you may know, and she has led this ship through all the storms that were occurring in the last year. And yes, thank you for everything, Sandra, and thanks to the audience. Bye.